Nyam Nyam brings you a two-way churro recipe, one with a crisp and golden churro cup filled with liquid chocolate, and the other with churro sticks loaded with s'mores. All you will need is butter, sugar, water, milk, flour, eggs, marshmallows and choco chips. Let's get started. First we get 120 grams of butter, add 250 milliliters of milk and the same in water. 20 grams of sugar to that and stir it whilst heating it on the stove. Stir till the butter has melted and the mixture starts to bubble away. Once it's bubbling, you can turn the heat off and add 180 grams of flour. Mix that in well. Keep stirring till it's completely combined together. When it's a dough-like mixture, we'll remove it from the stove and add our eggs. We're going to add 4 eggs to this, one at a time. This part is very important. We've got to mix it in very well because we don't want to get lumpy mixture later on. So we're going to add the eggs one by one, stirring each egg in very well. A little bit of patience is required for this, but the end result is well worth it. Now we're going to add our final egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract with that. That gives our churros a lovely flavour. So now our choux pastry is ready. We're going to stick it in a piping bag. Or you can even use a food bag and just snip off the end. We're going to make semicircle shapes with this on our chopping board. So just slowly do your half circle to make our cup handles. Dabbing each one down with a little bit of water. Then we'll freeze those for 1 hour. Meanwhile, we're going to get a muffin mould tin and spray lightly with oil on the underside. Yes, the underside, you heard right. With our piping bag, we're going to pipe our choux pastry around the underside of each muffin hole, making a spiral shape all the way around and over the top. This is going to form our choux pastry cup. Do that with all of the muffin moulds. Then our handles are ready. We're going to stick those on the side, one by one. Very delicate operation. This is going to be frozen for 3 hours. Once it's frozen, we're going to deep fry it. Very carefully putting it in the oil and pushing it underneath. Once it's golden brown coloured, we're going to remove it from our hot oil and place it on a griddle. Now this will help it to cool down quickly. Now get 250 grams of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder. Mix it together to make our cinnamon sugar. We're going to get each choux pastry cup one by one and coat the entire outside of the cup in our cinnamon sugar. Once we've done that, we can add our hot pouring chocolate into the middle of the cup. Brings a whole new definition to the term hot chocolate, doesn't it? Look at that. You can use any type of chocolate you like, and we're using dark chocolate. Add some mini marshmallows on top of that for a decoration. And there you have it. Hot chocolate in a churro mug. Absolutely to die for. Oozy gorgeousness. Now we're going to make the same churro mixture again with butter, milk and an equal amount of water and a little bit of sugar. Heat that on the stove and stir it in until the butter is melted. Just like before, we want to keep stirring it until the mixture is bubbling away. Then we can turn the heat off and add our flour, 180 grams as before. Stir that in. This does take a little bit of time, but like I said earlier, it's definitely worth it. When it's ready, we'll remove it from the stove and start once again to add our eggs. 4 eggs, one at a time, stirring them in. So we get a nice smooth dough. Gradually, churros were actually invented in Mexico, and they're very popular dessert in America. And you can experiment with these. You can add chocolate, marshmallows like we've done, or you can try all sorts of different things. Why not even peanut butter? Even churro tortilla chips. Why not? We're going to put that in a piping bag, as before. Now this one has a stripe shape on it. We're going to squirt it straight into our hot oil this time, snipping it off one at a time. So we've got these little mini churros cooking away in our hot oil. Make sure you just move them around a bit so that they cook evenly on each side. And once they are golden brown, we can remove them from the hot oil. Now, if you have a slated spoon, that's the best thing. Make sure all the oil is dripping away. Put those on a plate. Again, we're going to make our cinnamon sugar. And this time we're going to pour it on top of our mini churros. Delicious, look at that. Now it's time to get your hands dirty. We're going to mix it all up, making sure they're all nicely coated in cinnamon sugar, just like sort of mini donuts. Just make sure they're not still hot when you do that. You don't want to burn your hands. Now we're going to get some chocolate chips. Sprinkle a nice healthy portion of those on, and some marshmallows. That's going to go in the oven at 150 degrees for just 3 minutes. We just want to brown the marshmallows, let them expand and melt a bit with the chocolate chips, but not to burn them. And there you have it. Delicious.